And we are live on air. And today we are together again, Paul, Tom, and I, and we're going to be discussing the difference or nutrition versus exercise. And it should be interesting. So I'll just give it to you guys. Go ahead.
Who wants to go?
Hey, what's going on? So anyway, Paul, what's your take on what somebody should be doing, exercise or nutrition? I know that you've got quite a diverse background. You have a formal degree in it. You've actually been a phys ed teacher in schools, not only being a personal trainer and a nutritionist and things like that. And what is your take on? I think there's a couple of questions like, what is nutrition? What is exercise? And then just you personally, what do you feel would be the thing that somebody should either start with or focus with or do more of? What's your take on it?
I mean, to be honest, it's kind of a tough question because really, ultimately, we need to do both. So separating the one from the other is tough. But when it comes to exercise versus nutrition, I personally feel that exercise is of more value, and the reason is just the benefits it provides that you can't really get with food. So I mean, if we're talking about weight loss, that's one thing, but if we're talking about overall health, uh, some of the benefits you get with exercise are like bone health, because you're doing weight-bearing exercises. You're going to feel better. Endorphins. When you exercise, it produces endorphins. That's the hormone that makes you feel good. It's a stress release, so it helps with stress. Exercise raises your metabolism. It's good for your respiratory system. Your heart is good for heart health. The more you exercise, the stronger your heart becomes. Increase your endurance, improves your mood. So I mean, those are some of the benefits for exercise. On the other side, nutrition is very important too. I mean, you need to get your body can't run without food. So we need to have the proper vitamins and minerals. And I'm not a nutritionist by any means, but we need to be putting good food in our bodies. And I don't know, maybe I've been reading some studies, and it basically says that for weight loss, it might be better it might be easier for someone to cut calories than to exercise, because when you cut calories, you actually are going to cut some of that fat. You're burning the fat calories or whatever. So you're cutting fat is what I mean. So
If you cut the right calories, of course.
yeah, I mean, calories are not calories. You got to. I mean, if you eat a donut, it's not the same as eating, a salad, for example. It's different. You can eat a whole lot more fruits and vegetables than you can, like, say, I don't know, donuts. Like one donut. I don't know how calories are in a donut.
I have no idea.
500? I don't know. I don't really know. But I mean, you could eat a whole bowl of salad equal like one donut. So. And I'm just using salad as an example. It doesn't have to be salad. There's plenty of other foods that are very nutrient dense. But for me, and I actually asked a professor this when I was back in college, and he said the same thing. He's like, exercise. If I had to choose between exercise and food, if someone came to me, I can only do one. All I can do is I can do my diet, or I can exercise. Which one would you choose? And he said exercise, but then again, he's kinesiology, so he might be a little biased. So I mean, that's just where I'm at. I side on exercise. I think exercise is of most importance. I don't because I mean, think about it like this: if someone's just eating food, they're just on a diet. Are they improving their bone health? Are they maintaining their bone health? No. Are they improving their cardiac system, their heart? Is their heart getting stronger? Probably not. Maybe you're lowering your blood pressure, things like that. But Does food does food help your mood? I mean, I guess it could, right? Like chocolate, I believe, is supposed to help your mood. Help me out, guys.
Tom, I'm with me, like I finding the right foods is important for me. Um, but I've always found that exercise usually brings me around to trying to eat better anyways, because I want to kind of put the right things in my body if I'm putting in that kind of work. Like, it doesn't make sense for me to be exercising and then eating a bunch of crap. Like,
Well,
there
I
might be
mean,
some days where I do eat crap because I know I can get away with it, but I mean, it's like it kind of always brings me around to eating better. But I mean, I think if you find the right foods, it can probably benefit a lot of what you want to do. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I'm not a
I was thinking,
nutritionist or a professional in
yeah,
any way, so.
I, I agree with Paul in one sense, but then I also feel that you have to look at where people are coming from, and you have to meet people where they're at. And most people, they're deconditioned, they haven't been eating right, they haven't been exercising.
Hmm.
So even if they're, you know, like I know that if somebody starts eating clean food, getting rid of the junk, and at least walking, they're going to lose weight.
Hmm.
So I know that, in my opinion, nutrition's what everybody else says too. It's probably 80% nutrition, 20% fitness. But I do believe as people get healthier, that they would focus more on fitness than they would on nutrition because it's a behavior modification.
Hmm.
So a lot of people, like I know back 10 years ago maybe, what we used to do in the health club industry was they would actually have like first it started off where in a building there'd be a gym, but people that were overweight, and I'm talking about weight loss right now, would be afraid to go into the gym because they were embarrassed. So they'd
Right.
have them go into their own little gym next to the gym. And then even for marketing, a gym would start opening up a weight loss place down the street with a different name, and then get them into the regular gym. So
Hmm.
what I'm saying is that a lot of people feel uncomfortable going to a gym. A lot of people don't know what to do for a workout. A lot of people can't afford it. So what do you do? I mean, they need to exercise for the reasons that Paul said,
Hmm.
but at the same time, I know that if they change their eating habits, they're
did
going to,
Tom lose?
get healthier and or lose weight. Now, if you go upwards a little bit or downwards, sidewards, what's that? Okay. What I was going to say is if you go to another person that say maybe doesn't need to lose weight, then maybe they start with fitness. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
maybe they have to change their eating habits somewhat, but the focus is not 80% like on nutrition. Maybe it's maybe they need to put on weight. Remember your friend? I can't remember. Remember your friend up in
Oh,
Oregon,
right.
Mariana? She
Yes.
wanted to put on weight.
Right.
Chris, what's her name? Chris? Chris?
Um,
No, I don't know her name.
no,
But
Christina.
anyway, she wanted to put on weight.
Yeah.
Christina, yeah, okay. So she wanted to put on weight. So there's going to be, I think it's going to be a little bit different than everybody. I feel we all need to exercise somewhat. We all need to exercise, but it's going to depend on where that person's at in their journey. You know what I mean? Like their
Hmm.
path of their journey, where they're at. But
Hmm.
as they get, I guess, healthier, then you need to work on those things that Paul talked about. That's going to be, bone density, osteoporosis, cholesterol, um, all those things that Paul talked about. Some could be addressed through food, and some's going to have to be addressed, obviously cardio through
Yeah.
fitness.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So I
mean,
just think it's going to be
I like that you brought up. It depends on the person. Like for me, I had to start working out pretty hard, right? Pretty rarely to really start realizing I needed to change my diet. That's and it's still not perfect. It's still I still indulge in different things, but Uh, I know, like, I did a workout program before, and I did the whole thing pretty much, but I didn't change my nutrition. I kept eating the same way, and I really didn't get the results I wanted. So, but I think by doing the workouts, you start realizing, wow, I'm putting in this work. I need to clean up my diet. It all
Right.
goes together, and it just kind of snowballs. Like everything comes together. But
Yeah.
then, like what you're saying is, someone may not be ready for that, which makes sense. So you get them started on their diet, improving their diet, cleaning that up. Getting rid of the fast food, the processed foods, and you just start with one thing. You just change one thing,
Yeah.
little by little, you change it,
Baby steps.
and they possibly will want to start exercising too. There are programs out. There's a lot of programs out there that just focus on diet. Um, I don't necessarily agree with those programs, but that's just my opinion. I definitely feel. I know we're talking about which one's more important, but I definitely feel they both go together. Now, when it
Hmm.
comes to results, 75% of it's nutrition. 75%. And a lot of people don't understand that. That's something I didn't understand. But 75% is nutrition. 75 to
Yeah.
80%. So you can work out every day, 2 hours a day. You don't eat right, you're still not going to get the results you want. I mean, if you
Mm-mm.
want good results, you got to eat right. It's just part of the process. It just has to go together. I mean, you use the car analogy. You don't put bad fuel to a new car. It just doesn't. It doesn't work. It's going to run the car down. It's not going to run optimally. So if you're putting crap in your body,
Yeah.
Hmm.
you're not going to run very well. It's just
Hmm.
not going to function the way you want it to function. So, but
Hmm.
again, we're trying to separate the two. Which one's more important? And it's hard because they're both. You can't have one without the other, really, in my opinion.
Right.
You know.
Right. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you need both.
Agreed.
So I mean, there are programs where all they focus is on the diet. That's all they focus on, and I think you're missing something there. I definitely. Personally, I think it's laziness. That's just me. That's how I am. But uh, I mean, if that's all you're focusing on, you're missing the benefits of exercise, like what I talked about. So,
Yeah.
but
Well, I mean,
at the same time, if they're not ready, it could be a good stepping stone to better health.
Right. And there's also programs that clean up your diet but help detoxify to put your body back together, which I think is amazing as well. Like, in order to find the right uh, types of food, you have to do something to move in that direction. And I think those kind of programs, I mean, like the ultimate reset that you're doing, Tom, that's something that's a specific amount of days, and after that you start working, you keep eating clean and keep working out, I mean, or start working out after, to help push you back to amazing results. And I think that's
mhm.
amazing.
What's that? 21-day program?
Yeah, it's 21 days.
Yeah, 21 days, and you just basically you just obviously there's some like a cleanse that you're doing, but there's 3 meals and one snack, and you're eating clean food. It comes with recipes, comes with a shopping
Yeah.
list. But even though I know those things, it's like I needed something that was going to just tell me what to do.
Right.
But the first week you might be able to have a piece of fish at dinner once, and maybe some chicken in a salad if you want. But you could also have tempeh if you wanted to do more vegan or vegetarian. The second week, they start cutting out. They cut out all the meat and the dairy. So the first week you could have eggs twice and yogurt and like oatmeal or maybe with some fruit. I think
Mm.
it's just with oatmeal. But then by the second week, you cut out meat, dairy, and eggs, which is dairy, but I'm talking like you cut out the yogurt, you cut out the meat, and you cut out the eggs, and then into the third week, now you've cut out grains. So in the third
Mm.
week, you're doing just vegetables and fruit.
Wow. Yeah.
And I mean, as much as I know, I need help. Everybody needs help. I mean,
Yeah.
today's day 8, and I've already lost almost 7 pounds.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So it's just, I needed to get, because my weakness is desserts. I don't drink alcohol. I eat pretty good food, healthy food, but my thing's desserts, and you know, I needed a behavior modification. So it doesn't matter how much you know. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta, you gotta do it. So, um, and people, need help. Like, what Paul was saying. One thing he said was about what people need. They start off at different levels, and you know, um, I just look at how people that I know, and I just feel it's hard for somebody just to change, or
Yeah.
people I've worked with. I just know that they're just conditioned to that. It's a habit. It's going to take a while to break it.
Hmm.
That's just what they're used to and conditioned to. So it's going to take time, and you know, take out sugar, processed food, all that stuff that needs to be taken out. And even when I'm working with people, I tell them, if I give them a list of things to do, I'm like, just start picking out things that you can get rid of. I mean, if I think if you told people to go cold turkey, in my opinion, that they might not succeed.
Yeah.
I think that they're just going to give up.
Right.
Um, it's okay. My thing is like, like somebody said, it's okay to have one dessert a week, but when you have one dessert a day, it's a habit.
Hmm.
It's okay to have a cheat meal a week, but not a cheat meal for the whole cheat day. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but I just think that if you tell somebody that they can't do something, they're going to do it.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I tell people that I work with. Like, it's just baby steps, like you were saying. You just pick one thing. Just start with one and, get into the habit of working without it, or working with it, and
Mm-hmm.
and then pick something else once you feel like you're comfortable with that. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I definitely agree
Mm-hmm.
with you on that.
Yep. And everybody's in a different spot, but I just think it just takes time. It's like they're going to have setbacks. It doesn't matter what they know or
Hmm.
who they know. It's just everybody's human, so we're going to have setbacks. And I guess it's just if you fall off the horse, get back up on the horse and just start over again right away as soon as possible.
Yep. Well, it's about 8:27. I'm not sure if do we want to just close up? Do you have any final thoughts you want to add, or?
So I mean, our
Um,
consensus is they're both important.
Yeah.
One is not more important than the other one. Is that the consensus, or?
I mean, I think,
I think you need both.
yeah, I agree. There's something about having both that really just
Well, definitely,
completes it,
definitely.
it completes it. Um, I mean, but I think there's a way to, I mean, not a way, but I think for some people, depending on the person, like you guys are saying, it really, like, on which one they want to start with. Like, if someone's just feels like they can start with nutrition and they want to just clean up their diet, it, like you were saying, Paul, or I can't remember who was saying that, but like it just really just starts snowballing into the next one, and you start coming around to exercise, or whether and then as far as, like, if you start with exercise, you obviously, like myself, like, I feel like, okay, why am I exercising this hard and sweating my butt off and eating a bunch of crap? Like, it starts, getting into your head, and you start coming around to eating better. You start cleaning up your diet. So I think it just depends on the person, and then finding that one that really connects with you, and then coming around to the other later once you're ready.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a matter of getting started,
Yep.
and getting that ball rolling. Because,
Yeah.
as you said, once you get going, it's like, when people say they're not motivated.
Yeah.
Well, that's crap.
Yeah.
Sorry, it is. Motivation doesn't just happen. It's a process. You start
Right.
doing things, you get motivated. You start you start exercise, start eating right, you're going to start seeing results. Motivation is going to come. It's going to
Yeah.
happen. You're going to get
Yeah.
motivated. You're going to start seeing results. You're going to get even more motivated, and then before you know it, you're going to be wanting to share it with the world because
Exactly.
that's just how it works. I mean, so if you're sitting there like, oh, I don't know, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Just get started. Change one thing. Change
Yeah.
one thing. Get started. We're here to help. We're here to help you guys. Uh, If you need some free coaching, just click on that button right below, and we'll be in contact with you. So whatever you need help with, you need motivation, you need nutrition, exercise advice. I think we're all pretty well versed in that, and we can help you out. So don't be a stranger.
Click on the button below. All right, well then we'll end with that, and everybody have a good day. Do you guys want to wave?
See you later.
Wave. All right.